This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global in Saudi Arabia, 2 days away from a mammoth heavyweight rematch clash between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. I'm joined by promoter Eddie Hearn. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I mean, I would just like to say that for people who don't realise what happened here, the media aren't actually allowed to attend this event. You have somehow wrangled your way in here, and you are, I believe, the only outlet other than Sky and I believe DAZN who are covering tonight's event. So congratulations you. I would like everybody to know that I did not give you preferential treatment, that I did not pay you to come down here, that I did not provide you with any money or anything for you to be here. You've simply wrangled your way in here with Skills Challenge Entertainment, Prince Khalid and Omar. Am I correct?
Shout out Omar, absolutely. He's, to be fair, Omar, if you're watching, Omar loves IFL. So
I think what people don't realise is that when we first announced this event in Saudi Arabia, it's like, what do they know about boxing? They don't even watch boxing. They're big fight fans. I mean, I'm hoping you've been stopped a few times here since you've been here. I think probably once or twice. I've obviously had thousands come up to me. A lot of people talking about the KSI fight, to be honest. But a lot of people excited. I mean, and two probably the biggest fight fans in Saudi is Prince Khalid and Omar. And it's so refreshing to work with them because of the passion they have. And unfortunately, because they're fight fans, they know who you are. And they think you're quite substantial. And they've invited you down here.
Listen, they obviously know what they're talking about, clearly.
You look great, by the way. You look great, by the way.
I'm going to come in the shot at some point. Oh, come on. We haven't done this for a long time, absolutely.
I'm a bit nervous now, to be honest.
Now, how good are you?
Very good,
Eddie,
very good.
You're very good.
Oh, sorry, you haven't finished.
No, saying, not as a promoter, but what's the chances of you getting Big K into this clip?
I don't know if that's like disrespectful or
to bring Big K, Prince Khalid.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon?
I think let's just let him socialise, and if he's to pop up, we'll bring the one and only Big K in.
No problem. That was quite. No, it wasn't amusing, but it was obviously your level of comfortability.
What the
with
one?
Big K?
Yeah, because that's his Instagram page. That's what it is. Big K, one and only Big K, and we've become friends, as he calls us, partners for life now. And when people promise you something and deliver it, you have to have respect for them, especially on this scale. And I have a lot of respect for him as a fight fan, as someone who has a vision for the sport of boxing here. And I think that a lot of people just presume, oh, it's a load of money and you just go out there and make as much money as possible. There is a plan here, not just for major events, but also to invest in the sport at the grassroots level and actually try and produce some quality Saudi talent, which, away from Zahir Al-Qatani, they haven't really had before. So, there's an investment from top to bottom in the sport, and that's something that appealed to us.
When you were talking about the story about whether you even thought this was legit at some point, and you even
talking to the Big K about that.
Love the way you call him Big K, but you were saying you was almost kind of a bit rude in your kind of dismissive nature about it. But from that point to what's going on here, literally 2 days away from this fight, is quite incredible. What's happened?
Yeah, and it was partly because of the timing in terms of announcing this event, making sure that contractually we were sound with Andy Ruiz to make sure that we could obviously trigger the rematch clause. And also because of our experience in the Middle East before, where we had gone down the road, we had got to contractual stages, we had drawn up escrow agreements, and we'd never got it over the line. So when I got the call, I was almost like, oh no. Because you've got to follow it through. You can't, obviously in business, you can't sit back and say, no, that's a waste of time. So you follow it through, but I never thought it would happen. And I was laughing with him earlier because, when he sent a deposit for the card and it took a few days to come, I didn't think he'd sent it.
Probably about 100 mil, so I don't blame that.
And then when it pinged in the account, I couldn't have phoned him quicker. I was like, Khalid, me old boy, how we doing, son?
I think he did that with an app on his phone.
No, I don't.
But I don't know what they do here.
I think that, like I said, he had a vision to bring this fight here. He has a vision for boxing in Saudi Arabia. And I'm so pleased we're here, genuinely. I mean, not just saying it because you've obviously been like all over Omar and Prince Khalid all week, but how much have you enjoyed this experience and the hospitality so far? Like, it's a great feel to this event, don't you think? With the hotels, like people mixing together, And I think at first people were quite apprehensive about even coming here. And as the weeks unfolded, people are sort of like, it's fantastic here. You know, the way we're being treated, the event set up, it's pretty impressive, right? I mean,
yeah, I'm not just saying because I'm KUGAN that, you know, obviously the way I've been treated has been like, I've been treated like a king here, to be fair. And that's kind of testament to yourself, Matcham, as well as kind of the people of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
all right, mate, don't lay it on too thick.
Bants.
A king.
No, but they have
been treated like a king
No,
here.
I have been treated like a king. I think like the people are very hospitable
They
here.
are unbelievable. But
The food's amazing here.
I just thought you laid it on a little bit too thick, that was all.
And apparently Chris Brown and Usher are playing tomorrow. Are you going to that?
I've been invited to that, yes. And is it ASAP Rocky? One of my personal favourites.
Obviously.
What's that ASAP Rocky song?
Umar? ASAP Rocky.
What's his big song? It is actually, because someone played it the other day.
But basically, the bottom line to this, Saudi Arabia is going to be ping.
Ting. It is going to be, people are saying, like, oh, do you think it'll be really quiet in the arena? No, I don't. I think, forget the 4,000 travelling Brits. The locals are excited. They're really excited for this event, and they're going to make some noise. We were here for Smith against Groves. Much, much smaller fight. It was good atmosphere, remember? And this is going to be a great atmosphere as well. The energy, the sound system, the open air. Mate, just the thrill of one of the biggest heavyweight fights of all time. This is mega, and I'm starting to realise now the scale of it, from the size of the fight for AJ to the size of the operation and the logistics, and the fact that this is a moment in history for our sport. And I've got to say, this is probably the first time where I've been involved with an event and been involved in the build-up to the event, and I know on the night itself I will look at and say, wow, to be honest with you, Teddy boy, you have pulled it right out the bag. And I've never done that before, not even at Wembley. You might not believe this, but I'm my biggest critic.
Who actually calls you Teddy? Or Teddy boy?
No one ever.
But we thought we'd throw it in there.
My mum calls me Edward.
Yeah.
And when my friends used to call me at home, because you didn't have mobiles back then, so I'm getting on, she would pick up the phone and go, hello. And my mum was, is Eddie there, please? 1 second. Edward. And I used to go, oh my God. And then I used to pick up the phone and go, all right. And they'd go, Edward. Great bants back in those days.
I've got a similar story. You're actually interested or not really? Probably not.
I'll pretend I am. Go on.
So my mother doesn't pronounce my name KUGAN.
What does she say?
She's like the actual pronunciation of it. I mean, it's a bit of an exclusive.
Real pronunciation. Go on.
It's like Kahan.
Is it? No way.
It is, right?
Mate, 100%. I am never calling you KUGAN again.
100% you will forget about this after this interview.
No, I won't. Kahan.
Kahan. So what would happen is people would ring up the old house phone.
Yeah.
And they'd go, it's KUGAN there, and my mum would go, sorry, wrong number, and put the phone down. So no one really, my mum and dad didn't know that that's what people would kind of call me.
Kahan.
Kahan? Kahan.
What was the geezer out of, was it like the Blue Steel? What was that film? Zoolander. What was his name? Wasn't he Kuhan? Something, or Lohan?
So.
I don't know. Kuhan, mate, 100%.
But you're going to forget about it anyway.
This is Kuhan Cassius here with IFL TV, and I like it.
Maybe. Edward, I've spoke to a lot of people in boxing about this fight over the last week or so. Very, very few people believe that Anthony Joshua can do this.
Really?
Honest to God. Like
He's a massive favourite in the betting.
Within boxing, there's a lot of people that are not feeling
honest,
that.
When I saw the odds, I felt wow, because I don't see how you can make a guy that's just won a fight 5 months ago by knockout or by stoppage 4 times knockdown, a 2 or 3 to 1 outsider. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I do. I think the question marks for people in the industry are, where is AJ at mentally? You know, they know he's.
Where is he, in your opinion, mentally?
I think he's in a great place, to be honest with you. I mean, to be honest, I didn't think he was in a bad place last time, but I'm not in and out of the camp every day. I just now see, being around him this week, that last time I don't think he was as motivated. Well, I know for a fact, nowhere near as motivated as he is now for this fight. I don't know whether he lost a little bit of hunger, whether he got a little bit complacent. He certainly didn't in his training. Or maybe Ruiz just got his number. Who knows? But I promise you, he's 3 or 4 times in better, every kind of shape, physical shape, mental shape, than he was last time for this fight. So I guess that's the drama of the fight, isn't it? You know, it's like, is he there? Is he ready? And I believe he is. I really do believe he is. I think he's in a great frame of mind for this fight. He's up for it. I'll tell you something now. He's up for a war.
From the responses and kind of the feedback you're seeing on social media, are you seeing people are backing him?
Yes. But still, you know, listen, I put tweets out. I can't understand why I would put a tweet out with a picture of AJ saying 3 days to go till AJ attempts to make history. And someone will reply, your boy's getting knocked out, mate, 100%. It's like, I just sort of look at it and think, how sad's your life? Do you know what I mean? You don't have to back everyone. It's like a football team, isn't it? You ain't got to support.
Just don't say anything.
But don't you think that's weird? But that's the world we live in. You've gone full roadman for AJ, right? You're like going big on the social for the first time I've ever seen you do it.
Is that wrong? I've had a lot of stick for kind of...
I give you credit for that because normally you ain't got any nuts. Now you've actually come out with a pair and gone, no, do you know what, I have to be honest here, fucking go on AJ, son. And I have to respect that.
But is that... I'm not professional, as we know.
You've never done that before.
No, but is that... Should I be a constant fence sitter with stuff like this? So when he asked me the other day...
This is my honest opinion of that. If you're going to start picking sides, it will affect your position to get access. I'm giving you advice.
I know this.
But I would rather you be real for once in your life than just a clout chasing chancer. No, but seriously, like you know, if you do that, someone else. Andy Ruiz actually don't care, so you're safe, right?
It's not about being
safe.
safe.
You know what people are like in this game.
You know what he actually asked me? He didn't ask me whether I thought he was going to win or not. He asked me whether I want him to win. Joshua.
All right, yeah.
His question was,
how much
do you
want
actually
him to win?
I absolutely want him to win. Absolutely.
How much do you want him to win? I absolutely want him to win.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you want me to say? On a scale of what?
I want you to say, like, I can't tell you how much I want him to win. I've been thinking about it for weeks, and it would mean so much to me personally.
Is this me or you?
No, well, both. Listen, I'm nervous, I'm excited. I'm really excited for him. You know, he's really excited, AJ, about his fight. I don't think sometimes he's that excited about his fights. Does that make sense? I believe when he fought Ruiz, he definitely weren't excited. Povetkin, same. Parker, I think he was because of unification. Takam, he's really excited for this fight. He's smiling, he's pumped. He knows it's dangerous. He's scared.
Do you know what's sad? He's going to win. I do think he's going to win. But honestly, I'm a little bit worried, but I do think he's going to win.
Getting worried by people's opinions.
No, we had a discussion earlier. There was 10 of us. I'm not going to name names, but I literally asked 9 people out of the 10 people who they were backing. All 9 said Ruiz.
Really?
It's all people we know, and etc. etc. People from the UK all said Ruiz.
Slags.
Can we talk about the actual card? Because you have put together, I'm going to use my words very wisely here, considering where we are, a heavyweight extravaganza, Edward, with Dylan White, Povetkin Hunter, Melina Hrgović, Little Majidov.
Little Majidov's your fight tonight, isn't it? You love Tom Little, don't you? I mean, he's become Mr. IFL this week, isn't he?
Absolutely. But just kind of run me through what you're looking forward to on that card.
Majidov against Little. I just think that that's such a great little start to the fight where Majidov's had one pro fight. He actually got decked in that fight, but looked very strong. Good fighter, 2-time Olympic, world amateur champion. It's going to be a tough fight for Tom. Hrgović Melina, great fight. You know, by far the toughest test of Hrgovic's career so far. I really rate him. Stand up, big punch in heavyweight. And Melina's in great shape. He's had 8 or 9 weeks for this fight. Then Dillian White against Marius Wack.
Yeah.
Marius Wack looks great. You know, he's a big old lump.
Hello.
Oh, yes, mate.
Yes.